Hello, and welcome back to TBD and our presentation on the design and prototype phase of our project, our group project. As we can see, I will be your host today, presented by Dylan Riddle, and of course, our lovely project manager and assistant, Jake Henley. Without further ado, let's launch into the meat and potatoes of what brings us here today. So a couple things that we want to look at today. We have a couple more key deliverables to present, including our design class diagram, package diagram, and database schema, kind of showing the structure of how the program is constructed and how it is connected to each other. We have our prototype, our functioning prototype, which was filmed a little bit ago. We've shored up some of the issues that we've had, but it is a very complete view of both the main primary features of the function or of the program, as well as what error checking will look like and what still needs to be changed, as well as how we can figure out what still needs to be changed. After that, we will have our key design features and considerations. So why does the program look the way that it does, and what were our main goals in designing it that way, as well as some of our user and testing insights. So without any further ado, let's take it over to Jake for some of our deliverables.
The first diagram I'll be going over is the design class diagram. This diagram represents the structure, focusing on the classes, attributes, methods, and relationships. Some of the key components are the user and voucher classes that represent the core of the program. The user service and the voucher service handle the business logic for generating users, validating vouchers, and managing the database interactions. The user class has methods like getUser by user ID, saveUser, and the voucher class includes methods like getVoucher by user ID and redeemVoucher. As for some of the relationships, a user can have multiple vouchers, and services interact with the database to perform operations like saving and updating data. The next diagram I'll be going over is the database schema. The database schema defines how data is stored and organized within the system. The key tables include users, which stores user information like user ID, first name, last name, email, and the user ID is the primary key. The next table would be the vouchers table, which stores voucher details like voucher ID, balance, expiration, and code. ID is the primary key, and user ID is a foreign key linking to the users table. The key operations are to generate voucher, which creates a new voucher and validates the user, redeem voucher, which marks a voucher as used, search, which retrieves vouchers by user ID or code, and the schema ensures data integrity through primary keys, foreign keys, and indexes. The final diagram I'll be going over is the package diagram. The package diagram organizes the system into logical components. The key packages are the database, which contains the users and vouchers tables with relationships defined by foreign keys, application, which includes entities like user and voucher classes, which map to the database tables, services, which includes user service and voucher service, which manage interactions between the application and the database. As for some of the relationships, the database package maps to the application package, ensuring data consistency, and the services manages the entities and handle operations like generating users and vouchers.
So we have our working prototype here at the moment. It's a loose working prototype. General structure is similar to what we want it to be, although it is definitely open to change in the near future. Here on the left, we currently have a test implementation of our nav bar, as well as some placeholders. We're using the Bootstrap icon library to use some icons to kind of fit our functions. We're experiencing some formatting issues with those icons, so that is in progress, but that kind of helps it, all come together and look nice. So our final implementation, we're going to have our home page, we're going to have our user authentication, and then once you've logged in, depending on your user level, you'll have your voucher functions. If you're an admin, you'll have generate voucher, generate user. If you are staff, you'll have redeem voucher. If you are just a regular guest or user, then you'll just have search vouchers, which will be attached to your personal ID when you've logged in. So at the current moment, our search vouchers, we just enter whichever ID we want to search for. It queries the database and it brings back our vouchers if we have any. We have redeem voucher. So if we are an employee, we can pull up the vouchers for that user and then we can redeem them. At the moment, we don't have anything populated in our database, so we can't use the redeem function or the search function, I suppose. We have generate voucher. So say if I want to generate code retail for like 101 for the user ID and then for a balance of $100, we have the couple fields there which do have validation. You'll notice they turn green when they are happy. Let me see. Yeah, so we have an error here. If we enter a negative balance, we get some helpful hints to see what we might have done wrong, and then we can try to generate it. Here is what those errors would look like if we get them during generation. And one thing to note here is that this is most likely occurring because we don't have user ID 1 in our user database into that, but here's some more testing for us to generate. And then what happens when it completely bricks is like this page, because it is currently in, I believe, developer mode. So this is something we would want to disable before we get to our final production. Apart from that, though, we also have a test page, which is temporary, which is going to be implemented, a custom code that we're testing for any one of our functions, and a button that just runs that code. But apart from that, this is our general voucher. There are some placeholders. It is a working test model, but for the most part, it has all the functions that we want. It does need some formatting adjustments, I would suppose. And then apart from that, we do need to connect our database to our app, which is definitely in progress. I think we're just missing a couple small pieces, but yeah, that's it. Thank you much. All right. So as you have seen, we have a couple of key design features in our program that we are working with. The first and foremost feature of our program is that we want it to be very integrated with web design. The program is built on a web platform because it needs to be accessed from a number of different devices, a number of different terminals, in a number of different companies. So we want to make sure that it is portable, and this is one of the best ways to make sure that we are able to meet that design. We also wanted to, as mentioned before, have accessibility as one of our main features. Accessibility meaning not only the variety of devices that might be used with the program, such as tablets, such as computers, such as potentially even smartphones, depending on the situation, and as well as being very intuitive for our end users to be able to use without a lot of training. Lastly, and of course not leastly, aesthetic designs were definitely considered. We wanted to make sure that our page is uniform and it looks polished, because a lackluster display or interactive features would lead the end product to seem shoddy and not well designed. Apart from that, some of our user insights from testing, from our client feedback, as well as from our own personal testing, is that we do need a little bit more polish. There are a couple of features that were originally intended to be in our program that are still not yet implemented, such as user authentication. And additionally, we got some feedback on the use cases for how the program would be used and how the design might better fit that use case. For example, drop-down menus if there is a limited number of selections.